Good morning, Aurora. Good morning, Aurora. Good morning, Aurora. The time is 8:01 a.m., and you are listening to and watching Good Morning, Aurora, the second largest city's first daily news podcast. We have a great show for you today. We're going to be learning a lot this morning. My guest today is JD Ostergaard, Director of Development for the Fox Valley United Way. How you doing?
Good, sir. How are you?
I'm all right, man. I'm all right. Got your coffee?
Yep.
Like I do,
Gotta
ready
wake up a little.
ready to do it today. So today we'll be talking about the Fox Valley United Way, learning all about it. We also have a call to action for the listeners and the viewers today about the Holiday Assistance Program. Very big, very important. Donor families, we do have a need for those. So as we always do at the end of the interview today, we'll have the links for the Fox Valley United Way in the description of this video. And we encourage you guys to check it out, follow up, and get information from them, including about the Holiday Assistance Program. So now you have a presentation that you're going to show for us today, which is really cool because we can do that now, you guys. Hey, but let's talk about you real quick. Introduce yourself again, and then let us know about what you do as Director of Development.
Sure. So my name is JD Ostergaard. Okay. I was born and raised in the area, went to actually Waubonsie Valley High School, and moved away for a little while, took some classes in Indiana and went to LA, and then returned back to Chicago, but my roots were always here in Aurora, so I'm happy to be back. I was hired as the Director of Development with the Fox Valley United Way, and I'm excited to get started on some of the projects that we've got brewing here. So yes, I have a presentation, but I won't walk you guys through the whole boring parts. We'll show you the highlights. Maybe that's what we'll do.
It's going to be an interesting and a great presentation. It will be action-packed. I promise you guys that. So thanks for coming back to bring your talents back to the city, though, as well, too. Yeah. That means a lot. That means a lot. So let's start off. Well, we can start showing the presentation and detail Fox Valley United Way. We're united in purpose.
That's right. So United Way across America is using United in Purpose as the campaign slogan this year. Our mission, which you guys can read on here, but just to highlight, is to focus on ensuring that all families in our communities have equitable access to opportunities and resources by investing in positive health, education, and financial outcomes. So those three pillars are really what we focus on, and we have three programs that kind of correspond to each of those pillars. However, we're focusing on outside organizations and lifting up the nonprofits in the area with our mission as well, because when nonprofits work together, they do better.
Absolutely.
As we're all learning.
Absolutely.
So just to show you all a little bit of our impact, we obviously are always recruiting for donors that want to be a part of our mission. And if you can't donate, then obviously being an advocate is just as important. So sharing with your community members the programs that we are offering and our resources that we have. Or you can always become a volunteer. And I'll get to the volunteer Fox Valley in just a second. But people have the opportunity to sign up on a website and become a part of any of our volunteer opportunities or days of giving kind of thing.
Good stuff.
Yeah. So just to give you all a little history of Fox Valley United Way, we started in 1922 as the Aurora Social Service Federation. In 1972, it changed over to United Way of Aurora area. And then after 1972, the middle logo there in the bottom is actually the logo from 1972, the old school one.
Wow.
Now we got the newer one on the far right, but it changed over to Fox Valley United Way in 2004 when Kendall County United Way was acquired by our organization. And then it also we merged with Central Kane County in 2017. So sort of many different United Ways coming together to create one more bigger entity and serve and be more efficient is pretty much what happened here.
Got it.
Just last year, we celebrated 100 years of service to the community. So I wanted to highlight that. But
oh, wow. Congratulations.
Yeah, there you go.
Big time.
Past the 100. So there we go.
Now, we're united in purpose, and you mentioned before the mics came on about the United Way Conference. And I mentioned to you that when I was in Chicago for a National Training Institute conference with NeighborWorks, our umbrella organization, I met folks from different United Ways, and it was the first time I was like, oh, there's a United Way in another state. Let's talk about the United Way conference.
Sure.
Real quick. How was that experience, and what did we learn that helps fuel what we're doing today?
Yeah. So every year, like most organizations, there's conferences that everyone gathers at. And United Ways around America come together, share ideas, share best practices, share with each other what they're working on.
Okay.
And actually, most recently, we I believe it was 2021, my CEO and community resources director went to the conference and learned about a program called United for Alice, which is sort of the future of our organization. But it started out in the Northeast in New Jersey. They started researching a lot of people that were affected by changing times and inflation and whatnot. And they started to research which of our citizens and community members are really starting to struggle to make ends meet.
Right.
So United for Alice is the initiative, but Alice is actually an acronym that stands for Asset Limited, Income Constrained, Employed. So these are people in the community that are working a job, possibly 2 or even 3 jobs, just to make ends meet. You know, pay for rent, pay for utilities, pay for transportation, pay for their medical bills. Any and all of those things are all factored into the amounts there. But at this conference, we learned about that, and everyone was sharing their best practices. So United for Alice hasn't hit all 50 states yet, but it is growing in its research. It's growing in its expansion, and we definitely are focusing on that as the next steps for our organization.
I think it has been shown in many, especially articles over the COVID period here, that like, it costs less to help people keep their homes and boost them up than it does to help them when they've lost their homes and things like that. If we can help people.
Yeah.
If we can help people now while they are trying to make ends meet, help them to save, help them to budget, help them get past living paycheck to paycheck, just lift them up from where they're at now. That's really powerful. Asset limited, income constrained, and employed. These folks are working. Yep. These folks are paying into the system here.
Oh, yes, sir.
And then the next thing from the conference, because there was 3 pillars, correct? And that's what makes up Fox Valley United Way?
Yeah. So Alice would make up sort of our financial arm of our pillars, which would basically be, trying to make sure that financial stability is offered and available. So we jumped around a little, I suppose, but
it's all good.
This is, as you can see if you're watching with us, this is a sort of an explanation of what United for Alice stands for. But to answer your second question, we have 2 other programs, one specifically that is geared only here in Aurora, and the other one is another nationwide initiative. I guess, which one do you want me to talk about first?
Let's do nationwide. Nationwide. The time is 8:09.
Right.
There you go.
There you go. So nationwide is a service called 211.
Excellent.
Any service, any area in the United States, someone could dial 211 and be connected to an operator. Now, it's 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Specifically, we're here in Kane County. It's 100% confidential. All you need to do is type in your zip code, and it'll direct the operator to the services that are connected to that zip code.
Right.
So within that zip code, they'll be able to tell you, what nonprofits would be able to help you with rental assistance, what nonprofits would be able to connect you to an eye screening so you could get glasses, what nonprofits can connect you to ride shares,
right.
Those types of things. And so that's why they need your zip code. They're not going to ask you anything else, and it is available in English and Spanish. There are other languages available. Usually it's in need of having a translator, but it is available in those languages. And it's managed by the service PATH, which is Personal Assistance Telephone Help. So that's who runs our 211. To give you some more statistics,
that's amazing.
Because I'm a nerd about numbers right now.
Let's get nerdy, dog. Let's
get
nerdy.
If you're still watching, just to give the listeners who aren't watching a reference here, we've got a graph up that just kind of shows call volume throughout the last 3 years, really starting in 2020, right when the pandemic hit. And call volume grew that year as people were spreading the word about 211. But in Q1 of 2021, that was when we reached a peak call volume almost to this day, and it was because the vaccine came out.
Right.
So a lot of people were calling trying to figure out where they can access the vaccine. Then the summertime hit, and it dropped back down to levels of about 600 calls per quarter, and it grew once again. And as you can see, in Q1 of 2023, Q2 of 2023, and even Q2 and Q3 of 2023, they've sort of leveled off here, right about the 1,250, 1,300 calls, and it's staggering because usually we see a bit of ebb and flow and drops down.
Right.
So people are calling, and the majority of people calling right now, which I'll show you right now for Aurora, it's about housing and homeless prevention.
Right.
So 38% of our phone calls specifically to this hotline right now are just making sure that people don't get kicked out of their homes or trying to find a way to keep that. It's exactly what you're talking about with United for Alice. So these two programs sort of coincide with one another, but this is definitely a helpful service to our citizens, to provide any and all sorts of aspects to their life.
Yeah, I have had the flyers both in English and Spanish for Kane County 211, and I do like promoting that and shouting it out because, sometimes an emergency can happen at any time.
That's right.
Anytime. And you're dealing with organizations which may have hours and everything like that, but Kane County 211 is 24 hours, right? So it's that resource is there to help you get connected still outside of the typical 8 to 5 framework that an organization has to follow.
That's right, sir.
And then Spark.
Yeah.
Strong, prepared, and ready for kindergarten. Another
right.
famous logo and acronym I've been seeing all over the place. Shout out to Family Focus as well. Let's talk about Spark.
We love our acronyms. So.
Yes, we do.
So Strong, Prepared, and Ready for Kindergarten is an initiative that we work in partnership with many organizations focusing on the 0 to 5 age range.
Okay.
So we have parental resource guides, play groups, learning spaces. All of these are resources to parents to get their children ready for their first day of kindergarten, away from their parents if they had never been away from their parents,
Sure.
And in an environment where they know there's a routine and there is an order to learning, really.
Right.
So this initiative was born in 2012, and so we just passed our 10-year anniversary on that one, so we're at 11 now. But this initiative is a big part of our operations. Huge initiative for us to undertake, and it's hit a stride now, and people are aware of it, and it's benefiting many of the Aurora families. But one thing I want to point out here that I don't think we mentioned yet, but there's a service called Bright by Text. So if you don't know what Bright by Text is, I would encourage you to Google it, or I'll share the link and we can connect you with that. But it's a texting service that allows you to sign up for free, and you'll periodically get text messages that are little tidbits or life hacks, as we might say,
right,
to encourage parents to try this tactic if your child's having a tantrum. Hey, we're going to be at this library this day for a play group if your kid wants to do some socialization. Or just, hey, parents, did you know that this event is happening in your area? Those are the kinds of things that Bright by Text is providing. So if you want to sign up, it's free. You won't get inundated with text messages. It'll just be periodic when it's important for you to get a message, but really, really vital asset for parents to have. So sign up for Bright by Text and you'll be able to connect with us that way.
And that's a flyer and a logo you can send me
Sure.
too on the side. All right, Bright by Text. I like that. Yeah, we'll definitely shout that out. We're blessed. A lot of our listeners are parents.
Yep.
A lot of our listeners too are educators as well. So making that connection with families and the organizations that can help them is really key. I'm interested though on the 0 to 5 age range. What was the identifying factor for specifically to identify 0 to 5? Yeah, that's the kindergarten age, but was there a lack of initiatives that were going on in that area? What was the genesis of that?
So, the research showed that a lot of just children were not prepared as we wanted them to be when they reached kindergarten. And so as the research kind of came in through the beginning stages of Spark and even before, we realized that, okay, we need to encourage parents to be reading to their children at night. We need to encourage parents to focus on social interaction, social emotional learning.
Right.
All of those aspects would help a child be prepared to be in an environment with 10 to 12 strangers, if you want to call them that. They're other children, of course, but they're not used to them yet. They're not connected yet. So if we focus specifically on 0 to 5, all of those children would be able to get used to this aspect or be prepared, obviously, for kindergarten. So yes, the research did show us that was how the jumping off point was most important from those developmental, very early on years.
The time is 8:15 a.m. You're listening to and watching Good Morning Aurora, the second largest city's first daily news podcast. We're learning about Fox Valley United Way, the many different programs and areas that it services. And as well, we are speaking with JD Ostergaard, Director of Development for the Fox Valley United Way. Johnny Felix, good morning. Michael Rayford, good morning. Leslie Norton Juby, good morning. Daniel Calderon, Norma Peterson, and Saul Olivas says good morning and happy Friday, everyone. We appreciate
Friday,
that.
y'all.
So happy Friday for sure. Aisha Saxon, Josue Pais, good morning to you as well. So now let's talk about the Holiday Assistance Program.
Yes, sir.
Very big, very big. Let us know about that, my brother. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to put those in the chat. We're going to be sure to connect you guys with Kane County 211 and United for Alice Spark, and specifically the Bright by Text too.
Yeah. So our upcoming program is Holiday Assistance, which we have just begun our interview process for families, and we're already full on people that are in need of just a little extra help this season. We do this every year. We acquire some, names of people that the community, school districts, or identified nonprofits, of people that would benefit from this service. Right. Now, it's a pretty standard service. It's connecting a person who is in need with a person who wants to donate. But our program specifically last year served over 150 local families, and we were able to give gifts to children that might not have gotten them last year. So clothing, toys, shoes, scarves, hats, mittens. Those are the types of things that we're trying to give out to these family members, and to make sure that they're taken care of.
Right.
But what we do is pair a sponsor family with a child in our need, and we're putting a list together to give to the sponsors, so that the sponsor then is able to go and shop.
Right.
It's a nice little service, but also it allows you to feel like you're really connecting with a person in your community. These are all 100% local families that are in our service area. Everything is contained within the Fox Valley service area, which is as far north as St. Charles and goes as far south as Yorkville.
Okay.
So any families that are within that realm,
Wow.
we ask to be a part of this program if you'd like to be. But people are able to give gas cards for transportation. They're able to give a gift card to Aldi or to Jewel, so they could buy a holiday meal.
Right.
Of course, we want to all get together, and sometimes it's hard to feed 10, 12, 15 people.
Yeah, it is.
So to have an extra little gift card would be a huge, huge asset. So those are the things that we ask for people to donate. It allows a little bit of autonomy, but also specified, to make sure that they're getting what they need for this holiday season. So that's the program we're running. From now until pretty much the end of November, we'll pair a family with a child in need. And so if you're interested, I'll share with that how to get in touch with me to become a sponsor. But if that's not something you're interested, we are also going to be conducting blanket and toy drives. So collecting toys to give to those children, or possibly a senior who just might need a little lap blanket to stay warm this season.
Right.
As we know, our senior population is always growing.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, so the holiday assistance and the the blanket drive and toy drive are available as well. We'll be sure to connect folks to make sure that they can donate. Are the donation periods open yet, or is it going to be closer to Christmas?
Donation periods will probably start in about a week. That's when we acquire our space to start collecting stuff. So let's say November 1st, just to be safe.
Okay, all right.
But yes, starting then, I'm collecting names of sponsors and people that want to be connected to these families in need right now. I've already got the list going. So if you're interested in being a sponsor family, please reach out to me. I'll definitely make sure that you get on the list. But if you wanted to either host a toy drive or host a blanket drive, if you own a business and want to participate in that way, that would be a huge help for us as well.
Well, let me, because it's funny you mentioned that. Let me see if a brother can. I'll see what we can do. If maybe.
Do you know some people?
Maybe down here could be the toy drive.
Hey,
I don't know. I'm just spitballing live. Maybe.
Absolutely.
Maybe we could have a toy drive in City Hall at the very bottom.
Yeah.
Right. Y'all
You
come in
you
and
drop
just
off?
yeah.
Hey.
Well, we'll see.
It's a good local spot. people know where you are.
See what we can do. I mean, you guys would donate a toy, wouldn't you? I think you guys would. I think you would. J.O. Harris, good morning. Tracy Duran, good morning. Nicole Astra, good morning. Nicole, you sent me a text. I didn't reply back to you. The answer is yes. I'll be in contact with you for a date. Cindy Morales, good morning to you as well. Time's 8:20. Okay. So what are any upcoming events?
Sure. So actually upcoming, two things we can kind of focus on for you guys. If you enjoy Wahlburgers,
oh, Lord.
we're going to be doing a fund fair is what they call it. Fund fair is where you go to their restaurant, you show them the flyer, and a part of your dinner was going to be donated back to Fox Valley United Way.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
Cool.
So they're helping us out with that in St. Charles. So if you want to try to see Mr. Donnie Wahlberg or maybe Jenny McCarthy, go on over to Wahlburgers on November 15th in St. Charles. We're going to be hosting our Wahlburgers Fund Fair. You do need to reference the flyer, so we'll make sure that we disperse that through Clayton as well. Mm-hmm. But I just want the 15th of November, come on down, 11 o'clock to 8 o'clock.
11 o'clock to 8 o'clock, November 15th.
So that's on the 15th of November. And then also coming up on November 30th is our brand new inaugural event for an event that's being called Power of the Purse.
Okay.
Now, Power of the Purse is an event that's being sponsored by Women United. It's an initiative nationwide by United Ways of women who come together to do good, obviously. But this event specifically is going to be sort of an exclusive event. There's only 100 tickets available.
Okay.
It's going to be at Society 57 on November 30th from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m.
Okay.
Now, Power of the Purse is going to raffle off a Louis Vuitton handbag. Now, this Louis Vuitton handbag, I believe, values at almost $2,000.
Okay.
And one of the 100 golden tickets is going to win that Louis Vuitton bag.
Oh, my.
So if you want to spend $100 on a Louis Vuitton handbag, you come on down. You see us. You come on. You get yourself a ticket.
All right.
So that's on the 30th of November. It's going to be at Society 57 with our wonderful partnership with Society 57. They have agreed to let us host the event there. But only the 100 people that get their golden ticket are going to be entered into that. Now, it's not only just that one purse. We do have another Coach handbag for you to be able to win.
Okay.
And then there is a men's belt as well as a oh my gosh, I forget the name of it. It's a necklace, but it's got diamonds around the edges of it.
Bling bling?
Oh, yes.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Diamonds around the edge of it. There's a picture on our website, so if you want to see a picture of the necklace, please go there. But it's a necklace with, I believe, I can't remember if it's an emerald or a sapphire. I don't know diamonds. I don't know. I don't know rocks. I don't know rubies.
Right.
But it's on our website, so take a look there. But those are the 4 items that will be raffled off. So you've got a 25% chance of winning something that night, right?
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. Power of the Purse is November 30th from 6 to 8 p.m. at Society 57.
That's right.
Prior to that, before that is Fun Fair Wahlburgers, November 15th from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m.
That's correct.
Okay.
Yep.
All day event, and that's a portion of a person's meal goes to support Fox Valley United Way.
That's right. There you go.
All right. Time is 8:24. Gloria Gerardo, good morning. Saul says, I love the idea of a blanket drive. I like that too. That's a good idea.
Yep.
So more to the presentation.
Well, I've got a few. I mean, if we got a couple more minutes,
we got a couple more minutes. We can do that. We can do that. Yeah, we can do that.
So I just want to point out a few partnerships that we also end up funding.
Partnerships are very important. Shout out to
these
Wabanzi.
are things that I wanted to bring to the public's attention if they don't know about them. So specifically, Single Care is something I wanted to point out that we do partner with. Single Care allows you to get up to 80% off of your prescription medication. Okay, if you need to know more about Single Care, visit the website. Come to our website, foxvalleyunitedway.org. Visit there. You can see all you need to know about Single Care. It will provide you with the details you'll need to get discount or reduced fare medication. If you're spending a lot on medication, or if your insurance only covers one dose of something, like you have an EpiPen and you can only get so many and you need more, that's somewhere that you might be able to
all
research
right.
with
Very
that.
good information.
That's Single Care.
Great information.
We also are we work in partnership with the National Association of Letter Carriers to fund their Stamp Out Hunger food drive. Now, if you're not familiar with that, that is in May.
Okay.
It is kind of a reciprocate to the push in November for our Thanksgiving food drive donations. But in May, the letter carriers will actually deliver a yellow, let's call it grocery bag,
Mm-hmm.
and all you got to do is fill it up, and those mail carriers, they come and grab it, and they fill up their trucks with all those donations. It's a wonderful event. It vets them so much food that they can donate to local food pantries.
I like that.
So if you want to help out
Feeling that.
in the most easy way possible, just pull a few things from your cabinet and throw them in that bag for them. That is a huge help for food pantries in the area. And then the last thing I'll just point out, because I know we're running a little shorter on time, is just our partnership with Waubonsie Community College.
Okay.
We have a scholarship opportunity for anyone who's entering into the early childhood education field.
Okay.
They have an opportunity to get a scholarship through us with Waubonsie Community College to encourage more and more people to be a part of our early childhood education initiatives.
Yeah, I need the flyer for that, dog.
You got
Don't
it.
need the flyer for that. That's right, because we've done some great things with Waubonsie Community College. I've had great success with the Triumph Mentoring Program. Shout out to, Dr. Pescor. So many people.
Yeah.
So many people over there.
It's a great organization. I just had a meeting with Dr. Tejada. She gave me a bunch of ideas, and we're going to continue that partnership very well. So now I'll finally round it out with our volunteer opportunities. So this is what I was mentioning earlier with you. We do have a website called volunteerfoxvalley.org.
Okay.
If you visit this website, you'll see many of the nonprofits in the area listed there. There are some opportunities for you to sign up for either a daily activity or some sort of a need. A majority of the activities that we've got listed on there could be just one-off things, but I encourage you to go to volunteerfoxvalley.org, create an account for yourself. So once you create your account, you can sort of log in and see what opportunities lay there. But the nice thing about this is that it lists all the nonprofits in the area. So really, if you wanted to get a sense of what nonprofits you'd like to give to, this is a really good resource for that, especially with Giving Tuesday coming up, y'all.
That's right.
Giving Tuesday is Tuesday, November 28th. If you really wanted to try to give back this year and you don't want it to be to United Way, I understand. There's a lot of nonprofits out there. We want to encourage everyone to visit Volunteer Fox Valley and learn about your local nonprofits. But on Giving Tuesday, if you can spare any dollar, we encourage you to go to Volunteer Fox Valley and learn about that. But yes, that is our website if you're interested in volunteering. These are just some pictures of local community members that are participating in our Days of Caring and our holiday assistance and some programs that we offer.
All right. That's fantastic. That is good information. I got to say, out of all the people we've had on the show delivering, dropping gems in 3 years, you've dropped a lot of gems, my brother. You've given us some jewels to take to the weekend with.
Anytime you need me on again, man, I'll fill your space.
Okay, so I'm gonna highlight times 828. I'm gonna just we're gonna give the links for this information and continue as our daily news that you guys see. You'll continue seeing Fox Valley United Way initiatives and programs in our news. But for sure, Kane County 211. Very important. We've been sharing that with you guys in English and Spanish. Bright by text. We're going to be happy to shout that out. But also the Holiday Assistance Program. Donor families are needed for that. We will continue to pass on that information so that you guys can become a donor family potentially. And don't forget about the events. Fun Fair is November 15th. Wahlburgers from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. And then Power of the Purse, November 30th, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. at Society 57. Only 100 tickets are available. So
I think we're down to maybe 80 now. So
come on.
So we're going down.
You want that Louis Vuitton bag. I know somebody's husband out there. Honey, give me the bag. Time is 8:29. So we're going to go into the second half, but our interview's end on a positive note. What is your message today for the people of Aurora and, better yet, Fox Valley?
So we were talking off air just before this started, and we have a lot of high hopes for, obviously, Aurora. I'm excited to see all of the new developments coming on downtown. I'm a subscriber to the Bold series, and I want to keep coming downtown.
Shout out Paramount.
Yeah.
That's right.
But we are very excited as Fox Valley United Way to be downtown. We see everyone here. We are able to connect with our constituents. And so we encourage you to reach out and research the needs. But we know that there's hope, and people like you watching, we know you're interested in becoming donors and want to be a part of this initiative that we are. So I encourage you to visit our website, foxvalleyunitedway.org/donate. Please become a part of our initiative and do what we can. We'll make this happen.
Absolutely. Thank you very much to Mr. JD Ostergaard from the Fox Valley United Way Director of Development for coming in and speaking to us and indeed educating us on all the great things that Fox Valley United Way has to offer. For the second half of our show, it's going to be a very special show for you guys today. I'm going to show you guys some unreleased footage. You've never seen this. Never seen this footage. From the Law Enforcement Youth Academy. They recently had a graduation this year at which some of the officers were presented with awards, and indeed some of the participants, some of the students who've completed the challenge and completed the course, they were presented with awards as well. So it was, the officers get an award and then they give an award. It was a fantastic event. This is just a short clip of a fantastic event. The full video is yet to be released and detailed, but you guys will see it soon. So please enjoy this fantastic behind the scenes, never before seen footage that you can only watch on Good Morning Aurora. Let's roll that.
Now it's my time to depart as your MC for the evening because they're kicking me off stage. Thank you for tonight.
Thank you, Sanaya. Awesome job tonight. Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Eric Rappa, one of the officers assigned to the Law Enforcement Youth Academy this summer. First off, I just want to thank this class for all the effort they've put in these past 7 weeks. Everyone really bought into this program, and I'm thankful to have had the opportunity to be a part of it. I hope that we've pushed you to be something you didn't know you could be. As you all know, not everyone who joins the Law Enforcement Youth Academy has any interest in being in law enforcement, and that's perfectly fine. What we try to drive home is that no matter what you want to do in life, you will be successful. If you do choose to pursue a career in law enforcement, I hope we gave you all the resources you need to take the next steps and prepare yourselves for a career in this field one day. And if not, I hope you all find your own version of success in whatever your interests are. If you want to become a TSA agent, I know that nothing bad will happen under your watch. And if you want to become an elevator mechanic, I hope you become the best elevator mechanic there is. We all come from different backgrounds and everyone here has a story. I can tell you from experience that some of you are going to have to work a little harder than others to get where you want to be in life. But if you work hard and keep a positive attitude, you will surprise yourself with the things that you can accomplish. We threw a lot at you guys in this academy, and now you should all have an idea of what it takes to become a police officer should you pursue that career. But remember, it takes 21 years to become 21 years old. So enjoy being a kid for now, but make good decisions along the way and keep finding new ways to stretch yourselves and grow into the best version of you that you can be. With that, I just want to thank the other officers here, Officer Flores, Officer Piscopo, and Officer Value for their involvement with the Youth Academy. I really couldn't have asked for a better group of officers to do this program with. Specifically, I want to thank Ms. Pam Bradley and Officer Mark Value for all the hard work that they've put into this program this year. It's one thing to help out with the Youth Academy, but I know it's another to be the point of contact for everything, come up with exercises every day for PT, and do all the behind-the-scenes setup and coordination to ensure the kids have a great experience. Lastly, I just want to thank all the parents for trusting us to help mold your kids this summer. I hope they continue to impress you as they've impressed us. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Officer Tony Piscopo. I'd like to start off by thanking some special people tonight. Pam Bradley, Chief Cross, our command staff, State's Attorney Jamie Mosser, the elected officials here today, the presenters here as well, and my fellow officers involved in the program. Most importantly, I'd like to thank all the parents and guardians of our students for allowing them to participate in this amazing class this year. Something we do in every class is we make our students introduce themselves to our presenters. And I feel it right that I do the same to this audience. I've been a policeman for 14 years. I've been 10 years on the SWAT team. I've been a member of our Special Operations Group, which deals with drugs, gangs, and narcotics. And this is my second time working with the Community Oriented Policing Unit, which runs this program, helps run this program. However, this is my first time working extensively with the Youth Academy. My time in the Youth Academy has been a rewarding experience getting to know each and every one of these students and seeing their personal growth and development throughout the process. Standing here this evening, there is no doubt in my mind that I see a room full of future leaders and successful individuals. During this class, the students were presented with different opportunities for future careers and the skills necessary to achieve success. And like any journey we take, we could look to those great individuals who came before us for inspiration and wisdom. Abraham Lincoln was quoted saying, "You can have anything you want if you want it badly enough. You can be anything you want to be. Do anything you set out to accomplish if you hold to that desire with singleness of purpose." The quest for success starts with that first step. And you guys all took that by coming to the Youth Academy. We all have different goals in mind, and the path to reach them may seem like a journey up a mountain. At the onset of our expedition, these goals may seem like distant mountain peaks waiting to be surmounted. While some paths are filled with more adversity than others, there are times our calculated steps can become missteps. We should always strive to learn from our missteps so that we can still reach our goals. Lastly, we must all realize that achieving our goals does not mean that our journey has come to an end. Be prepared to remain committed to a lifestyle of improvement and allow yourself to learn from your mistakes so you can get back on the path to success. I'd like to share with everyone a real-life example of motivation when we face a path of adversity. An ancient Carthaginian general once faced significant adversity. He attempted to lead his army through a mountain pass, but he found that the way was snowed in. His advisors told him to turn back, and there was no way for success. The general looked at his predicament and told his advisors, "Actiam inviem ac faciem." It translates, "I will find a way or I will make one." The general never took no for an answer and found a way through the pass when there was little hope. He found success, which now I pass to you guys. And to our students, I leave you with this. In the journey we call life, when you find the impassable route, that immovable object, the impossible task, I want you to tell yourself, I will find a way or make one. Thank you and congratulations.
It's a big follow-up. Good evening, everyone. I'm Officer Flores. First, I want to say thank you to all the parents. Again, I know some of the kids were forced to come. Some of them wanted to come, but thank you guys for taking them. Thank you guys for showing up to our events, and thank you guys for all your dedication and hard work throughout the class. The summer of 2011, I personally had the privilege of going through this same Youth Academy class. I hope all the kids have enjoyed their summer with the Youth Academy as much as I did. The Youth Academy was a huge stepping stone for me, and now has become one for you. It's crazy to stand before you today, 12 years later, as one of the officers helping and leading this group of kids. Everyone here has potential to be a leader, but remember, all the best leaders are always the best followers. Remember to be disciplined for yourself and for others. Remember to stay curious and always be open to learn from others. I have learned a lot from all of you, and I hope you learned something from me. Remember, you can always learn something from someone, whether it's what to do or what not to do, because the day you stop trying to learn and the day you give up on learning is the day you die. No matter what you choose to do, always try your best and always be the best you can be. There will be hurdles in life, but remember, giving up is never an option. Congratulations, class, Youth Academy class of 2023.
Hello. Sanaya, great job tonight. Trying to follow. Good evening, everyone. I'm Officer Value, and I've had the privilege of working alongside this class for the past several weeks. First and foremost, thank you to the students for your interest in learning about our profession, my profession, that I am so proud of still to this day. You have made many excellent decisions in shaping your future. Let's recall back to one of my long-winded speeches that I gave after one of those hot morning workouts. I told you that we're not going to get where we want to be overnight. Your future is made up of numerous small sacrifices and choices toward your goals. I shared that. If we can win the hours, then we can win the day. If we can win those days, then we can win the weeks. If we can win the weeks, then we can win the month. And if we can win the months, then we can win the year. And by winning those years, then we are winning in life. I am proud of each of you for choosing to care about what your tomorrows look like. I'm confident that you will get to wherever success is for you. One key piece of advice while on our journey is to look up. Even the busiest of bees stop to smell the roses. Be proud of yourselves right now. Congratulations, Youth Academy. Before our awards presentation, I'd like to acknowledge a couple stats that I was handed tonight. The Youth Academy Car Wash, the students raised $1,355. And yesterday, our students volunteered at the Interfaith Food Pantry, where they they donated a total of 540 pounds. That's a record. Awesome and amazing job, everybody. At this time, I would like to invite our elected officials to the stage for the awards presentation. As I call your name, please come to the stage and accept your award. All right, starting off the night, Vasu Bay. Valentina Barbosa. Swetika Boja. Michaela Brunson. Dalia Campos. Madeline Cardoza. Reza Castaneda. Etziri Castillo. Nick Kathleen. Brisa Dominguez.
Rise and shine. Pour yourself a cup of coffee and tune in to Good Morning Aurora. News, weather, and really cool interviews. Monday through Friday from 8 to 9 a.m.